Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Joe Show. Okay, I'm not excited to talk about today's topic, but I do think that I have a little bit more umbrage for um, an unexpected individual in this story. So trigger warning, this might piss you off. Get ready to get your fingers ready to hit the keystrokes in the comment section because I may say some things that are pretty unpopular about this viral trending case right now. Um, while you're here, while I've got your attention, I'm drinking my hot cacao right now. I've got Duke, my pit bull, behind me. I just want to say thank you for watching. Be sure to like the video and also to comment your thoughts below, whether you agree or disagree with me. I would definitely appreciate your engagement. Before we get into the main story, I want to remind you guys that the videos I'm using are going to be in fair use. I'm going to be criticizing, reviewing, critiquing, and reporting the news, honey. Okay. So I've got one video from the New York Post. That video does not belong to me. We will be critiquing it, reviewing it, and then we're also going to watch a video from the Law and Crime Network over in the members only stream. And then lastly, we're going to intro with the video from the woman herself, the victim herself, Sarah Gilson. So this is coming from her TikTok channel. Um, let's just get right into it, y'all. Let's get it up. Let's just watch it. Now, you might be wondering, well, I'm sure you've seen the viral trend of these Netflix documentary videos. Tee hee ha ha, funny games, ho ho. It's all cute and dandy until this is the video that quite literally had her murdered to death. So we're going to go over to the New York Post. We've got a 4-minute video that we're going to watch together. I will be pausing intermittently to give my take and commentary. But I'm going to try to let most of it play through. As always, all of my references are going to be in the description box below. So please go show the original creators of this content some love.
An Oklahoma influencer senselessly gunned down by her own husband.
I'm trying to reach him back, but I could hear a female in the background screaming and crying.
In an apparent murder-suicide.
Some sort of loud bang in the background.
Less than 2 weeks after she publicly accused him of being a pedophile on her TikTok page.
An old male that we were looking for a few weeks ago after he got caught kissing a juvenile.
Here's what we know about murdered influencer Sarah Gilson and the shocking claim she made about her soon-to-be killer ex-husband, Sean Duffy. Police raced to a home in Collinsville, Oklahoma on July 23rd after receiving a grisly nighttime phone call where 911 dispatchers said they heard a woman, quote, screaming and crying before hearing a, quote, loud bang.
I'm trying to reach him back, but I could hear a female in the background screaming and crying. Some sort of loud bang in the background.
When Owasso...
I have to just stop. Personal anecdote here, but I have a good friend of mine, a good Judy of mine, who may become a dispatcher. And it terrifies me, the thought of having to endure hearing and experiencing secondhand some of the most dramatic moments of human life. Someone calling 911. Imagine being a dispatcher and hearing people be shot, like literally, like it's like you're almost there. I don't know, I just have to say that shout out to the dispatchers. They have a incredibly hard and emotionally taxing job that I don't think we give enough support to. So shout out to those individuals who are there to help and support us in our greatest times of need.
Law enforcement arrived at the home, they discovered a sickening scene. A husband and wife were dead, both with apparent gunshot wounds to the head.
Hmm.
The Owasso Police Department later confirmed to People magazine that the duo, 48-year-old Sean Duffy and 43-year-old Sarah Gilson, were killed in an apparent murder-suicide after Duffy gunned down Gilson before turning the weapon on himself. Gilson, a lifestyle and beauty influencer who boasts nearly 80,000 followers on TikTok, was known for her bikini try-on hauls and shopping hacks. She even posted videos with her hubby, like Duffy modeling a handful of outfits.
I have to say, Duff Daddy on the far right, that was not it. This is not it, baby. No wonder they were getting a divorce. I would never put my man in something that looks like this. He looks like a sack of potatoes. I'm sorry. This is a serious video. I'm sorry.
A handful of outfits, showing off a mini camcorder.
I'm recording myself recording you.
That is epic.
And reviewing a traveling duffel bag.
You had a basketball tournament this weekend, and you got to take your new bag.
And I love it.
One video on Instagram from January 2025 even shows Duffy snuggling with the couple's pooch in bed.
She loves her daddy.
But despite a seemingly happy-go-lucky marriage on social media, it appears the couple's union was deeply on the rocks, especially after Gilson posted a very different kind of video about her husband in July. In one of the last videos she uploaded on TikTok, Gilson posted a Netflix documentary video, a trend where users pretend they are sitting down and filming a Netflix documentary about their lives, to speak about how her soon-to-be ex-husband was a pedophile. In the 15-second clip, which has garnered more than 23 million views, Gilson can be seen sitting on a chair with a somber look, with text on screen that reads, "Preparing for when Netflix drops a documentary about my soon-to-be ex-husband, who I just found out is a pedophile." In the text caption below.
Now, this is where I have to stop. And this is a perfect image for me to stop on. Because you people out there have this insatiable greed and desire for fame and attention. I don't get it. I don't get it. I know that I'm a YouTuber, I'm a micro influencer, I get the gig, I know what it's like to be on the internet, to make money from influencing and from, affiliate marketing and sponsorships. I get it. But it just seems to me like during one of the most stressful periods of your life, you would choose to not attempt to monetize it. I don't know. It just seems like, was this the appropriate time to mock, embarrass, and humiliate a psychopath that you're currently getting ready to divorce? I don't know. To me, this just screams reckless. And no, I'm not blaming her for her own murder, but what I am saying is it was 100% a contributing factor, and you have to be delusional to think otherwise. You mean to tell me that you've been married to this psychopath, right? Who you now have found out is allegedly a pedophile, and instead of just cooperating with the police, getting your children away from them, divorcing and removing yourself physically from them, instead of just doing the proper protocol, you decide to tootsie roll your little ass on TikTok to make a video exposing him for his alleged crimes. Is it on up there? Is it on? I don't think it was on. I think this is extremely reckless. And I think this is the part of the story that we need to really talk about. Yeah, we know pedophilia is bad. We know murder is bad. We know that her husband, her soon to be ex-husband, was a monster. We know that's all bad. But what we're not really talking about enough in this case is this desire to just garner attention at any cost, at any risk. This was reckless. You're a fucking mother. And instead of worrying about your children, you were worried about exposing him on TikTok and putting your life in danger. She had just filed a protective order against the man. So you file a protective. Listen, okay, stop. Let me play it some more, and then I'm gonna talk about protective orders and how you people out there, you think that a piece of fucking paper is gonna protect you. Listen, I'm gonna go there now. Let me just go there now. A protective order does not protect you. I'll say it again for those in the back. A protective order from a judge actually does not protect you. It's a fucking piece of paper. The police can't help you if they break the protective order and they kill you. Right? The protective order is to show a pattern of behavior, right? As you're trying to move on and remove yourself from a person's life. But that piece of paper, I wish I had a piece of paper right here. That piece of paper actually does not, it's not a bulletproof vest. Okay? And so just because you're granted one by the courts does not mean that you are allowed to behave in a reckless way. Baby, if you were scared enough to file a protective order, then you should have been scared enough to not try to humiliate the man on to all 80,000 of your fucking followers on TikTok. I don't know. Am I crazy for reacting this way? Am I overreacting? Am I inadvertently placing too much blame on her? Tell me if I'm being insensitive, but I think that's where the real lesson is here. The real lesson here is that you need to play it smart. When you find yourself involved with a narcissist, a malignant narcissist, when you find yourself involved with a fucking monster, a psychopath, you play it smart. You don't agitate them. You don't rile them up. You don't fight with them. You remove yourself from them. Let's finish the video before, that's the video right there. That's my opinion. But let's finish the video.
She wrote, "I wish I was joking." According to the Oklahoman newspaper, a woman filed a protective order against Duffy in June, alleging that
And it didn't protect her. Hello?
he assaulted her daughter, a 15-year-old girl who was a member of the youth basketball team he coached. According to court documents obtained by the paper, another team's coach personally witnessed Duffy kissing and fondling the girl and immediately reported it. And according to investigators, it wasn't the only time Duffy was reportedly inappropriate with the player, which took place over an extended period of time and across multiple states and law enforcement jurisdictions. Duffy alleged.
So this guy was a piece of shit all along, and there should have been no surprise that he was one. There should have been no surprise that he was a piece of shit. What are we doing here? Are the girls not doing background checks anymore? What is going on?
Allegedly sent the minor inappropriate messages, kissed her, and touched her inappropriately, and invited her to his hotel room during a tournament, offering money to, quote, keep her quiet. Since getting caught by the coach, Duffy, a member of the Osage Indian tribe of Oklahoma, had been on the run and evading police. Gilson also filed her own protective order against her husband after the incident came to light, which forced him out of the home and required that he stay 100 yards away. Gilson alleged in her application that Duffy had threatened suicide. Gilson's first husband, Lyle Landers, told People magazine that he was always alarmed about his ex's relationship with Duffy and, quote, begged her for years to end the relationship. I had offered to help her in any way I could to get away from him, but he seemed to have some sort of control over her and she couldn't seem to get away, he told the outlet. A GoFundMe has already raised nearly $30,000 to help support Gilson.
Baby, we're gonna fucking replay that last little segment because I need you guys to take this to heart.
Gilson alleged in her application that Duffy had threatened suicide. Gilson.
Now, we just got done fucking talking about this the other night about people who threaten suicide. What did I tell? Let me break out the black English. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys about people who threaten suicide and they weaponize it against you emotionally to manipulate you? They are dangerous individuals. And in fact, it is more likely that a person threatening suicide in order to manipulate you, it is more likely that they would murder you than that they would ever kill themselves. It's more likely that they'll kill you before they kill themselves. People who threaten suicide, they are the biggest red flag I've ever known in my entire life. Do not trust them. Get away from them. Let them commit suicide. Yeah, you heard me right. Let them do it. If they want to threaten you, if if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself. Then do it. Then do it. She should have known then. These are the warning signs. These are the warning signs.
His first husband, Lyle Landers, told People magazine that he was always
And again, the ex-husband, who I believe is the father of her children, I think. Don't quote me. Let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong on that factoid. But this is another point, and it's so frustrating because I'm a great friend. I am. I'm a great friend because I have many of them. I'm a great friend. I have had so many girlfriends of mine involved with psychopaths, with narcissistic, evil monsters. And there's nothing you can do about it, right? You can give them advice. You can tell them the right thing to do. You're on the outside, so you see things clearly. You know, your glasses have been cleaned. You've got, a good pair of eyes, 20/20 vision, because you're on the outside looking in. They're on the inside. Their vision is cloudy. It's muddy. It's unclear. They're in a gray area, and their emotions are wrapped up into it. But that's what makes them the perfect prey for a narcissist because they manipulate those emotions, they control them, they keep them near, they isolate them away from other relationships. She had a good man who, even though she probably divorced him, was telling her, get away from this guy. He's not good for you. Let me help you get away from this guy. He's controlling you. And she stuck with him. And so, this is what I mean when I say that this woman was reckless. She remained with a person, an individual, who there was many warning signs. There were many warning signs that she should have not been involved with this guy. And how dare she do this while with child, right? As raising a child. Listen, when you're a parent, when you're a parent, you have to put the needs of your children above your own, especially when your selfish desires are actually a detriment. Look at her now. And so I just wanted to kind of highlight this story because I know that everybody is boo-hooing and crying and upset and oh my God, the pedophiles. And yes, that baby, it's a problem. It's a problem. I mean, the pedophiles are a problem, and these monsters have to be put down hard and swift, right? But we have to also know the warning signs of getting involved with people like this. And not only know the warning signs, but knowing how to, distance ourselves from these individuals. Because sometimes you get involved and you just don't fucking know, right? But once the warning signs are there, it is then your responsibility to distance yourself. And furthermore, when you're dealing with a crazy fucking maniac, you don't go and humiliate them on social media because they're already unbalanced mentally. They're already unhinged. You know this because you filed a fucking protective order against them. So you had to have thought that he was unhinged mentally and that your life was in danger. Correct? That's the point of filing a protective order. But she wanted the clicks. She wanted the clicks. And so what did he do? He clicked. And that's all I got for this story. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I'm sorry if I was harsh about it or too insensitive about it. May she rest in peace. Beautiful girl, beautiful, beautiful girl. I wish her family well. I wish them peace and blessings. I hope the child, I don't know if she had one or two children, but I hope her kids are wrapped with love from their dad and from their grandparents. And I hope that people are able to find peace. But let me know in the comment section what you thought. And yeah, we'll get to the live chat now. Hey David, hey DJ. Preparing for my Netflix documentary about Charity starting at 11. Who's Charity? Hey MOP, I would never become a dispatcher. That's job would make me mentally go insane. Yeah. That's quite the accusation. Witness relocation doesn't protect you. It does not. 4X Special Forces security specialist can only protect you for protect you so far too. You are giving wise advice, Joe. Very balanced. Well, listen, I mean, I feel terrible, DJ. I feel terrible for this individual. I really do. It's terrible. No one deserves to have their life ended. Period. Right? If they're not harming anyone, if they're not threatening anyone else's life, there's no reason they should ever be killed or murdered, right? So this is completely unjustified on every level. What I'm saying is that you have to have some level of street smarts. If you go to the fucking courthouse and you tell them, I'm scared for my life. I'm scared for my life. Don't let him come near me. Give me a piece of paper that says he can't come near me. You get the piece of paper and then you set up your microphone. You set up your microphone. You get your camera and you get your lighting and you get all your shit together. And then you humiliate the person, the monster that you claim to be afraid of, to your 80,000 followers on TikTok. And what did she think he was going to think about that? What did she think he was going to think? What did she think? Like, how did she think he was going to react? I just don't think that there is any critical thinking involved because she's so used to just chasing after the clicks. She's just used to chasing after the clicks. And that's part of why this influencer culture is so toxic. Because what it's really doing is it's tapping into the deadly sin of greed. That's what it's doing. It's tapping into the deadly sin of pride. That's what influencer culture is doing. People are greedy. They want more. They want more. They want more. You know, it's unfortunate. But I don't know. I saw some coverage and people were, all, boo-hoo and crying and upset and how dare he? Why would he? How could he? And I'm thinking to myself, well, if, monsters devour others, right? Monsters typically encompass all the deadly sins in some capacity, right? And so what did she expect him to do? When you humiliate a monster, they're going to bite back. And he bit back hard. It's terrible. It's really, really terrible. I find it to be really, really sad. Let's watch the original video again. The TikTok that got her killed. Ridiculous. No semblance of impulse control at all. No semblance of impulse control at all. This is something that she should have just talked about this should have just been kitchen table talk with her girlfriends. Yeah, I'm married to a pedophile. Yeah, life is rough. She should have gone on social media. Listen, guys, I know you love my bikini reviews, but I'm gonna need to take a break. I'm gonna have to take a break because I got some real life shit going on. Everything's not to be consumed on social media. You guys may be surprised by this, but I'm actually a very private person. Believe it or not. There's a lot of things you guys don't know about my life or about my background that you'll never know. That you'll never know because it's unnecessary and it's gratuitous, I think. It's gratuitous. I don't post my family on social media outside of a couple cousins. I never post my family. You know, people are like, "Oh my God, you didn't post your dad's birthday, your mom." I don't do that. I don't post my family on social media because I would never want them to be consumed by the voracious appetite for negativity on social media. You know, I don't share, aspects of my job online. I just don't do that. There's lots of things about me that you guys will never really know about, right? And it's because I'm not addicted to the validation and the attention that comes with social media platforming. And I think it's so easy for others to be consumed by it. And we've got to do better. We got to do better. We really do. Um, we've got to do better. Not sponsored, but look how easy it is to always have um, sound no matter what. When your headphones are going low, just switch the battery out. Steel Series Arctis Nova Pro wireless. Not sponsored yet. Love them so much. Great headphones, great for gaming, great for lifestyle. Would not recommend them for the gym, but other lifestyle activities, I would definitely recommend these headsets. They are noise canceling. They're comfortable. I game in these for hours at a time. And like I said, you never lose sound ever because you have rechargeable batteries that are so easy to switch out. You just saw me do that. So anyway, little ad there, I guess. I'm a natural at that, right? I love talking about the products that I love. It's easy when you love the products, right? Y'all are worried about children making clothes overseas while I'm over here worried about my ex-husband sleeping with those kids who made the clothes overseas. Listen, Techno, those are real problems. Those are real problems. And quiet as it's kept, that's the lady in this story. He was trying to fuck on 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know, we talked about this the other night too, Techno 15. We talked about this too, but a little bit of child labor is not going to hurt this generation. In fact, we need a little bit of child labor for the current generation. Yes, that's what I think, honestly, truly. I'm not taking it back. A little bit of child labor, a little bit of child labor will do this generation very, very well, in my opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, just put up more nets on the roof. Oh my god, Techno, you are too much for me. You're too much for me. That is funny. That is funny. But that's all I got for today, y'all. It's been about 30 minutes. I don't have much more than that. That's the story for tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. In the members only stream, we are going to continue listening to more coverage of this story. The Law and Crime Network has a 25-minute video that we're going to listen to and dive into. It's going to give a little bit more context. They have a couple interviews, and Law and Crime Network, they're on top of shit. But thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Tomorrow night's live stream, I think it's gonna be a vertical. It's gonna be a vertical. Um, I've been thinking about should I do a Fauci video, Dr. Fauci? But to be honest, let me just get this out right now. Let me get off my chest right now. And let me try to not like go crazy. Um for those that don't know me or don't know my history with politics or my ideology, COVID was a big turning point. COVID was I COVID was the point that I became radical against authoritarianism and liberalism and Democrats. Um, because of a lot of personal experiences I had during COVID. That was a big I had some pretty tough times during COVID, and it was exacerbated by our government. My family had issues. I'm not going to go over it all again. But hearing the news about Fauci, it isn't. I don't feel vindicated. You know, when you're called a conspiracy theorist and when you are disenfranchised socially, when you're mocked online, when you're talked about behind your back by your friends for thinking the way that you do, and then years later you're proven to be right, this does not feel like vindication. And the reason why is because I'm never going to get an apology. There's never going to be any acknowledgement that I was right about everything. And there's never going to be any justice for the perpetrators of all these crimes that happened during COVID. Everything that we complained about in regards to Dr. Fauci are true. Everything was true. The guy's a fucking monster. And that's what we were saying all along. And now you guys want to act all, how could he? Why did he? Why would he say that? That's pretty evil of him. Well, no shit. No shit, he's evil. And despite all the news coming out with him pleading the fifth to all these crazy questions in court the other day, despite all these facts coming out about Dr. Fauci, nothing can be done. Because Trump actually doesn't give a fuck. These Republicans don't give a fuck. They say they do, but they don't. They only are for certain things like immigration or being against the radical authoritarianism like COVID laws and mandates. They only say they're against these things because it creates a need for them. You know, as long as we have a problem, listen, politicians don't solve problems. Politicians create problems and they prevent solutions. Because if you solve a problem, if politicians are solving problems, then it negates the necessary the necessity to vote for them again. Right? Because the emotion of fear is easier to manipulate than the emotion of happiness. That's just fact. And so, why make people happy as a politician when you can make them afraid? Right? And so, a prime example of this was Democrats and abortion. They dangled the carrot in front of liberal voters. They dangled the carrot about abortion. They're going to take away your rights. They're going to take away your rights. But they never solved the problem. They never enshrined it in the Constitution. They never did what they needed to do to enshrine it in the law. They wanted to keep the abortion issue alive because it's the way that they can maintain votes. Republicans have done the same thing with immigration. They're doing the same currently with COVID. They're dangling these political issues in front of you because it allows you to continue to vote for them out of fear of the other side of the aisle. I'm done with this bullshit. I don't even want to fucking hear about Fauci because all the shit coming out right now is shit that I've already said and spoken on. Sorry, I had to get that little rant out. I apologize. So, okay, we're gonna go. I'm like, where the fuck am I? I forget. where am I going here? We're gonna go. But thank you guys so much. Tonight was a fun stream. I loved it so much. We'll be back tomorrow for a vertical to end the week off on a light note.